You're listening to littlepodcast.com. Speaking of harassing women, my wife has just texted me. She's on
My
her way
wife.
home.
He's not that brutally excommunicated anymore.
Well, he's brutally excommunicated to me.
So it's like getting your hair cut at the beauty school. You can do anything, but you're not good at anything.
Let's say poop, poop, pee, pee.
It's still brown comedy.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 355. We're here to make up some stuff about a game until Matt harasses some women on Twitter.
No! Don't put me in the Nick Robinson place.
We're both married, you're not, so...
Oh, no.
I mean, married men
We
are
all
pretty
know
good at
that
harassing
married
women
men
as
can't
well.
harass people. God, what a great energy to start the show off on.
Speaking of harassing women, my wife has just texted me. She's on
My
her way
wife.
home. Thank you, Borat.
Yeah, have you
Joining
ever
us.
noticed how like
Goodbye.
men do things one way and then women do things a different way sometimes?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Have
but
you
that
ever...
has nothing to do with Pro Jared, and we're not going to talk about him because he's just a shithole.
My God, man. Okay, so let's talk about YouTube drama nonsense.
Yeah.
So Matt, you were mentioning there was this like makeup vlogger.
Yeah.
Who's this man who is a makeup genius man, and he does makeup tutorials. I'm assuming
I guess I don't know.
So there's like again
very shiny Facetune pictures, and that's all I know.
We talk about being brutally excommunicated from a community, a la Nick Robinson from the Games Press.
Yeah.
He got because
I believe they call it cancel
creeping.
culture.
He was creeping on women on Twitter a bit, which just seems like what a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He shouldn't have done it.
He shouldn't have.
He got.
Don't be creepy. But also, as a people, we could be a little less mobby about all of this stuff.
Yeah. Like
we don't have to be out for blood so much.
Yeah. And I think the thing I brought up was like we don't necessarily know exactly what happened with all that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like there was more bad stuff than what we eventually saw, you know, when it all came out. Which I still don't even know what it was, other than just like
sending like creepy
awkwardly
messages.
hitting on women on Twitter using his like press access. I don't know. It's just like gross, but like also the world we live in. I feel like that's low on the scale of awful. But anyway, he's been killed. This makeup man has been murdered, I guess. Okay, and so the best part about this whole situation, Matt, as far as I can gather, is he just said some catty stuff about another YouTuber, and they got into an argument.
Yeah.
And now he's been brutally excommunicated.
There was other stuff about him like aggressively trying to hit on straight men and not taking no for an answer, I guess. But
okay.
What I gathered just from not really knowing who any of these people are is that he must have just been somebody that everybody hated. But he tolerated
was so
because he
popular.
was influential. So then as soon as that starts to crack, everybody's like, okay, finally we can get rid of this asshole.
Okay. Because like to me, because I don't think any of that like aggressively hitting on stuff was really like brought up heavily, you know, in the press.
No.
And by press, I mean other YouTube Reacts channels.
Yeah. Because
no one has picked up on this because he didn't get accused by anyone of sexual harassment or, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just weird. And like all these channels just like fucking were like, now make a video about this and get 1 million views because it's like a popular person's getting ripped on. And it kind of reminds me a lot of what we saw with Logan Paul, like recording diss track albums and or like songs, you know? It was just like manufacturing drama for clicks right now. And Oh, I mean, like, you know, I feel old now. You know what I mean? Like, TJ, your kids into this makeup culture stuff?
Not so much.
It's because your kids are nerds.
Yep.
Nerd.
But that's honestly, you know, much better than the other way.
Well,
in my eyes.
unless they were fucking groomed like the other underage girls that
Okay, let's.
Jared did.
All right, I don't want to. Man, you really jumped right into that.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's
Who's
terrifying to
Jared?
me.
Oh, that.
He's a gamer YouTuber with a fucking bird face.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember.
Is he the
this
one
guy-
that just like went to jail?
No.
Somebody did.
No. So
Could be in the
ProJared.
future, but yeah.
ProJared, I remember because I used to watch like Game Grumps back when it was Aaron Hansen and another brutally excommunicated member of Jonathan Tronathan, who.
Except for he's not that brutally excommunicated anymore.
Well, he's brutally excommunicated to me.
Yeah.
Whenever you agree with Steve King's ideas, you are brutally excommunicated.
He's a racist butt face.
He really is. He actually did like a 4-hour debate chat with someone back in the day.
Yeah.
I think he's backed off on that in the last like 2 years. So I think
Which is weird, because was he second generation immigrant anyway?
I know, but a lot of people will say that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, people are racist.
It's a power thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's been brutally excommunicated. But back then I just remember watching YouTube and then there would be like ads for this ProJared channel all over, like sponsored ads.
Yep.
So I just assumed, based on the way that the guy looked, no offense, because he looks really nerdy. Like even more than like the angry video game nerd who like is like baseline dweeb nerd guy look, I think.
Word.
But at least James Rolfe is a decent human being.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
His comedy is really bad, or at least
It
was. It was. It's gotten better. It used to just be like, let's say poop, poop, pee, pee. Like,
It's still brown comedy.
okay. But yeah, he hasn't done anything heinous yet that we found out about. No, but like, and so I just assumed this guy was a guy who just had a bunch of money and just spent a ton of money on ads and then got a following because of that. I have literally watched 0 iotas of his content. I know he did some episodes of Game Grumps a while back, and I think they've taken all of those off their channel. So
He was also part of the Normal Boots channel when they rebooted it.
oh, another JonTron connection.
But,
So all the
that-
Normal Boots people are like secretly awful.
I don't know. I'm hoping Gerard's not, but
I don't know who that
the
is.
completionist, Gerard Cleo, the completionist.
The completionist is the
Gerard
name of my
Depardieu.
porno.
Heyo. Only a minute and a half long.
I always complete.
But even the Digino Gaming channel is kind of part of Normal Boots as well.
But
And
I think one of go.
They've pulled all their ProJared voiced episodes down too.
Yeah.
He was from Green Bay, Wisconsin, apparently.
Fuck. It's another takedown from
Yeah.
Wisconsin people. You know, first Ed Gein and now this guy.
Yeah. Well, don't forget about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
I already tried to.
I like this question. Should ProJared be removed from Normal Boots? Says the Normal Boots Reddit. Yes. He solicited sexual images from minors. He committed a felony.
I mean, and that's besides just his general skeeziness that he did because he was married and he had an ongoing relationship. But the bigger thing was this. I mean, cheating's one thing, but grooming minors is horrible.
Cheating's not illegal, but soliciting minors is.
Yep.
That's fucked up. There's like, I don't know.
Well,
There's
also his wife accused him of assault, I believe.
why is everybody
I don't know.
terrible? Why is the world such a dark and terrible place?
But I guess also people are saying the normal boots, people knew about this for over a month and they didn't do anything. So, which is funny because they immediately excommunicated JonTron. You know what I mean? When I love this. I just want to read this this Game Revolution post. This is the second time that a normal boots has parted ways with a YouTuber under difficult circumstances. Previously, the company removed John, in quotes, JonTron Jafari, from its stable after controversial comments he made during a Twitch stream in which he alleged that wealthy blacks commit more crime than poor whites.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is that, like, watching old episodes of Game Grumps with JonTron on them and, like, stuff where he'll make, like, comments that are, like, about black people a little bit, but, like, you know, and he the way it feels as he's making it as, like, this is what a racist would say. What a hilarious thing that is to say.
But now you know
no,
he's like,
that was just him
is.
being him.
Yeah.
Oh, so it really kind of ruins things. Anyway, yeah, so it's great.
The world's
is a rich
great.
pageant.
Everything's fine.
No, it's not. We should burn it and start over.
I wonder if this is just like the new normal, or if it it's just a symptom of like everybody experiencing some amount of celebrity now.
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe
what
we'll
is.
figure out how to handle it and not be terrible people eventually.
No, the world is a terrible nightmare. This is what we've learned in the last few years. I'm writing down what we're talking about so I can make the episode description easier.
The world is a vampire. No.
Yeah,
no,
you know,
no.
Smashing Pumpkins said that a while ago. What was the name of that song? Is it "The World Is a Vampire"?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's "Bullet with Butterfly Wings" is the name of the song. He just says, "The world is a vampire sent to drain. Secret destroyers hold you up to the flames. What do I get for my pain? Betrayed desires and a piece of the game." Yeah, it sucks. Man, remember when I used to listen to that in college and I was super emo? My freshman year?
I went the other way, and I was listening to the Tony Hawk 1 soundtrack.
Yeah.
And Goldfinger once said, "I'm trying to keep the world on my feet. It seems the world's falling down around me." Sorry, I'm trying to keep the ground on my feet.
TJ, you just tapped into my childhood. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1,
Best
PlayStation 1, fucking soundtrack is so
the
good.
demo disc that only had that warehouse level on it.
One map.
One map with one song, because that's all they could fit on the disc.
So massively until I got the game. Skater culture was so huge in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And it's all over now. Like, what is the culture now? The culture now is rap culture.
And
That's
YouTubers.
what the kids are into. No, I know, but I mean, like, I feel like if you look at, like, memes and stuff, it's all, like rap culture stuff, you know?
It's all Yeezy bullshit.
Exactly. Which is just where we got. Was what the kids are into now. Kids were into
Kids
skate
these
punk
days.
when we were kids, and now kids are into
Yeah.
trap rap. You know? It's just a different thing. People listen. Remember Eminem?
Yeah,
You know how
love
much
that.
I cringe about enjoying that as a child? Like listening to some
I've
of
heard
those
he's a
songs.
rap god, though.
Is he, though?
He's still one of the best in his art form.
Mom
at least
Spaghetti.
in terms of remedy. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, his new album wasn't great.
And he's
but
named after delicious candy.
he's really good at rapping.
That's what he has.
His music
Lyricizing.
isn't great.
He's a rapist.
He's a lyricist. A rap lyricist. A wordsmith?
Yeah.
Wordsmith. There we go. That's a word.
A
not Will
wordologist.
Yeah, it's
Do you think
just,
we're going to get
Will Smith's a fucking
banned from
genie now.
Twitch for what my cat's doing right now?
well,
Probably.
I'm not even seeing.
Can I lick my crotch too?
Oh, man. That's just full crotch shot. Oh, boy.
Ben, you're going to get canceled.
Yeah, put a little black bar over that cat. It's just too much for Twitch. He's just laying like that.
Yeah, he does that. He's fucking weird.
Yeah. So, oh man, speaking of awesome pets, my pupper, my sweet pupper dog.
Who doesn't talk?
She talks a little bit now,
Okay.
but it's very, very rare, and it's only around her boyfriend. But so we've kind of moved to, instead of having her in her crate during the day when we're gone, to giving her the basement room with the baby gate shut so she can't get upstairs. And I came home and she was sitting on the stairs with the baby gate locked. So I don't know how she got upstairs. And then it happened again when I got home. So it happened at lunch when I got home. So she's clearly escaping.
Someone knows how to jump.
She's either jumping or she's like wiggling through the banisters to get upstairs.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think. I thought she was too big now because she's fully grown to do. Because she did it when she was a puppy when we first tried to do it. Mm-hmm. And so now it's hilarious because so when I got home, she was excited and came down and saw me, and then I shut the gate, and then I went upstairs and said, "Hey, come up here," and then she like looked at the gate, and then I asked her, "What are you doing?" And she rolled on the floor and looked all sad. I was like, "Yeah, you know you're not supposed to go through there, but you did it anyway because when I wasn't around. You won't sneak past when I'm here." So I don't know what we're gonna do about that situation because, I mean, otherwise we can just let her throughout the house, I suppose.
Yeah,
But
like
I'm
eventually, is that the plan?
I mean, I prefer not to. I mean, it's not safe, you know. There could be something she could get into. Whereas in that room, it's it's dog proofed, you know. Plus, if she's gonna have a mess or get sick or something, we can localize it to one area where I'll find it right away.
Yeah,
You know. Whereas in the house, it could. I feel like if she has the whole house, she'll her potty training will get worse. Like she's really good now. You know, she hasn't had an accident in like quite a while. And she also is fine. I just want to say this. Finally learned to ring the bell on the door to go outside. And
About time.
It was a miracle the first time it happened because I heard the bell ring and I was like, oh, her boyfriend must be out, which is the neighbor dog. We'll call her boyfriend. And I looked and he wasn't out there, so I went down. I was like, all right, and I let it out, and she ran out and peed for like 2 straight minutes. Clearly, really had to go. And then
she's just sitting there trying to figure out the bell for like 20 minutes.
And then finally, she was like, oh. And then she's used it a couple other times now, wants to poop as well. So it's like, oh my God, you've learned. So hopefully, I think because she doesn't want to go in the house, I feel like it's clicked. But I feel like if we give her the whole house, that just is inviting her a chance to find a corner that she thinks is acceptable to go in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And whereas the idea is if you keep it in a small space that she's trapped in, she's obviously not going to go because she'll have to sit around it for, another, because I'm gone for 3 or 4 or 5 hours at a time during the day. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try and put up something in the banister so she can't get through and see if she's been jumping. And if she's been jumping, then I really don't know what to do.
Install a door.
Yeah,
I know. No, I do know what we can do. We had bought like a metal like pen that I was gonna put her in, like downstairs. It's just like a big. It's like the walls are like 4 feet high on it. And it was originally going to be like, okay, we'll connect this to your crate, and you can just have this small area to sleep in, But then I was just like, you know what? We'll just keep her in the crate because I read everyone's like, you feel like your dog's going to be sad in the crate. It's fine. Like their dog, they're used to just sitting around doing nothing all day. They can sleep in the crate. That way, they're safe when you're not around. Yeah,
as long as it's big enough that they can like play around with the toy and whatever. Like,
yep, even then you don't want it too big because then they'll poop in a corner and then
right. Yeah,
but our dogs,
you don't want them to be able to actually run around, but you
the idea is that they should be able to stand up
and
turn around without any trouble, like stand up and turn and and so the crate we have is a little bit big for her, but it's fine. She doesn't mess in it. She hasn't ever. And she's got her chew toys in there, so if she wants to sit around and chew in there, she can. Otherwise, like, dogs like just sitting around doing nothing. It's a weird thing.
I like it too.
And so it's fine. But with that whole downstairs, she had been good for so long. So I might just move that metal gate over towards the wall and then just have it open. And then when we leave for work, just close the gate, like the metal gate, so that she can't get out. And maybe take the baby gate out. That might just be the easiest way to do it.
Otherwise, you could put a big, scary clown statue up by the gate.
Yeah. But I'm not too worried about it because she is so good. Like, she's just inside the whole house today, and then nothing's gone wrong. We're getting close to the point where we're probably not going to put her in the crate when we go to bed anymore. Because I think she can make it the whole night. We'll see. I'm excited because it's starting to become. She's becoming more like
more like a real dog.
Yeah, well, more like a cat. Like, there's less effort you have to put in now. Like, whereas with the way she was before, it was like, okay, you got to take her out every 4 hours just to make sure she has to go and all that. And now it's gotten to the point where whereas a cat, you just leave a litter box and clean it every day. This is just like, well, when I hear the bell, let her out. Like, it's pretty easy. I can hear it throughout the house. Or barring that, I still take her out at least once between her walk at like 5 and when we put her to bed at like 10. So, but pretty soon I think that's going to change because she'll be, I don't know, it's just exciting because then I feel like we have freedom and I just don't want her to get bad habits because she's really good about not touching anything that's not a toy. Like, she won't chew on anything that isn't a toy. It's amazing. It's actually hilarious because sometimes she'll be playing with a toy and she'll whip it next to a PlayStation controller and then she'll, like, sadly look at it like she's not allowed to touch the controller and you'll have to go grab it for her. And so, I mean, she's really good about that. But I feel like if we give her more freedom, that might happen. So, anyway, it's the joy of having a pet. She's incredible. I love having a dog, and I think I'll never not have a dog again. It's so much fun. And that also gets me out of the house every day to like, take a 20-minute walk.
Yeah. You could
get my steps in every day now.
You could open up that Pokemon Go.
I really
some eggs.
Yeah. TJ, tell us about the Pokemon Go.
So, the way my iPhone's been working lately, it's been offloading apps that I don't use super often. Like, I just want to see, people have been talking about it. I've got Pokemon Let's Go. Like, I know I can take my Gen 1 Pokemon Go Pokies and put them into my Let's Go. Let me start playing it again. Why not? So, I downloaded it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Did I use the Facebook login or did I use the Google login?
Don't delete your save.
Because they have a button. Like, I can choose either one. I tried the Facebook one. I don't see any data. I'm like, okay, Google. There it is. There's all my old Pokemon, even though I sucked when I played it way back when, so it's just like, whatever. Oh, I haven't played in over 30 fucking months. But everything I have is there. So I've just been randomly walking around, finding Pokestops because I'm not going to pay for Pokeballs. And more importantly, I've found where a bunch of gyms are in the area. And even with a sucky team, I can at least do something to actually make use of them because not as many people are playing. So I don't have to worry about the best of the best of the best. Because even though they have a premium currency market with coins that you have to purchase, you can earn coins from just playing the frickin' game.
Oh, wow.
You actually just have to leave your Pokemon at a gym, and if they're there for a certain amount of time, they bring back coins.
That reminds me of a game I've been playing, Black Ops 4, where you can't earn the premium currency through playing. But continue, sorry. Well, I'll get to ranting about that later.
So I've been, catching a lot of stuff. They're up to Gen 4 Pokemon there now. So it's all of Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. There are these things called field research, which gives you bonuses for doing specific tasks. And then there's a special field report you can do that will help unlock the mythical Pokemon Mew. And another one, John, thanks for the like on Twitter. Like, comment, and subscribe. And then there's the one for that new Pokemon that only exists within Let's Go and Go, which is Meltan and Melmetal.
Wait,
looks like
was Pokemon Go exclusive Pokemon?
yeah. It's going to be the first of a Gen 8 Pokemon. But yeah, Meltan, Meltan,
Yeah.
kind of looks like a Ditto with a bolt on its head.
Oh, they're from the anime.
Well, they've added them to the anime, but it was exclusive to Go first.
Wow.
People thought it was a glitch in the game at first, but it was intentionally. They were kind of drip feeding the information, and then Meltan and Melmetal can both be added to Pokemon Let's Go for the Switch.
What was it? Melmetal? Is that the level up of him?
Yeah, Melmetal is the evolution. I think you need to catch like 100 or 50 Meltan, but you can't even start catching those until you complete the field research.
Okay.
But otherwise, one of the other updates since the last time I played, which was September of 2016, is if your phone, whether it's an Android or a Google, has a way to track like when and where you've been walking,
Yeah.
and not driving, because they have a threshold on that.
Yeah,
to
that's
know
right.
that you're walking. And
That's right.
driving.
They do.
Well, not just Pokemon Go, but even your phone's background version of the app. It'll take the steps you've done while the game is closed,
Yeah.
and then put them in the game for you. So you don't have to have the game on in order to hatch your eggs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I remember that was the worst bullshit.
So, with the fact that, at least as of right now, I work in retail, where
Wow, you're moving around a
walking
lot.
here, walking there, walking here, walking there, I can hatch 5-kilometer eggs just by going to work.
That's nice.
So, that's been cool.
Wow.
I'm trying to log into Pokemon Go, but I don't remember my Facebook password.
Yeah.
It's 123 ABC, capital B.
Yep. And Capital One. All right.
No, we don't talk about Capital One.
Let's talk about my rant.
Let's talk about John's rant.
Call of Duty Blops.
And I'll keep you updated when I get logged into this account. I know everybody's
And we'll be able to trade friend codes, because you can now trade in battle over the internet.
Oh,
so
shit.
we come to our Discord at YOLO420.com/born-in-the-80s.
That's right.
And we'll trade friend codes over there.
COD Blops 4 is what I've been playing.
Why?
Because I'm addicted to the gameplay of Call of Duty's shooting. All right. I think I ranted about this to my brother when I was in a car ride with him when I went to a wedding last weekend. Where I went to a wedding that was on a farm, and I got to see 2 miniature donkeys, so that was awesome. And then a bunch of Clydesdales. Or no, Belgians. Not Clydesdales.
I went to a wedding the weekend before. It's absolutely horrible, because I was in my head the whole time, and I couldn't be happy for people.
Okay.
Anyway, go
I
ahead.
haven't been to any weddings lately.
Oh, too bad. I was ranting about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So, game doesn't have a single player, whatever. You know, it's all multiplayer, same price, $60. You know, but it added the Blackout mode, so it's got an additional multiplayer game built in. But to me, it doesn't matter because I don't play Blackout. I just play regular multiplayer because for me, the addiction to Call of Duty is the quick kill, die, respawn, kill, die, respawn, 50 kills in a 10-minute game. It's just how it's awesome. So I love that about the game. But the monetization in this game is absolutely the worst thing I've ever seen. So, hey, have you heard of a game named Fortnite where they do seasons, like seasonal events?
I
Yep.
You have
have.
to when you level up a pack and unlock little tchotchkes every time. Well, they put that in this game every time you do that. So a couple things that are really cool about that. They do a thing called a tier skip. So every day you'll get your first win. You automatically get the next level, and then you just earn like every game you just get a certain amount of points to unlock them. It's just like that. But they've done some insane shit in this game. So this isn't a free to play game. This is a full priced, $60 game with a $50 map pack that you buy, which the $50 map pack comes with the DLC maps and $10 in COD points, which is the premium currency I talked about that cannot be earned in the game. You can only buy. And so they have every level up, you get the little prescribed item. It's usually dumb like icons and sprays and bullshit you're never going to use. But then every like fifth level, it's like a cool gun skin or a unique character skin. And then like every once or twice each operation, it's a new weapon you unlock. So all that shit that if you miss an operation and don't get those weapons in it, they're gone. And the only way to get them is through the random loot box drop system, which also exists in parallel to the season tier system. And so each game you get a certain amount of points. It's like every I'd say hour or two you unlock a new drop box. And so let's say one of the weapons that you want to play, for me, it's the Demon 3XB submachine gun. You unlock it in an event that's over. So now it's stuck in the loot boxes, and I've been playing for a very long time, and I have not gotten it. Recently, the weapon was buffed and is now one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and I cannot play with it. Even though I've spent $110 on this game, I cannot get this weapon because the only way to get it now is through a random loot box drop. And let me tell you more about those random loot box drops. You get one item for every loot box opening. In Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you got 3 items for every loot box you opened. In Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you had duplicates. Each duplicate you get 3 duplicates, you get a free new item roll. In this game, there are also duplicates. At every 3 duplicates you get, it's a free item roll. And if your free item roll is a duplicate, you just get one more tier towards your next item. It's single drops. So they're talking literally, you can get a loot box after playing for 2 hours, and it's just a duplicate, and you don't get anything. It's insane that they have this. And now they've added more items. There's over 1,000, 1,600 items in the loot pool. Of which maybe 50 of them are desirable. The rest are all just weapon skins and icons. And let me tell you this, they broke the weapon skins out by individual weapon. So I can get this camo for a gun I don't use. And then in the next loot box I get the same camo for a different gun that I don't use.
That's just how Apex Legends does it too. They have individual skins for each weapon.
That's free to play though.
I know.
This is a full price video
even in
game.
that game, it's frustrating because
it's bullshit.
I don't use this.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And that's one of the things that's nice about some of the way the Call of Duty works with their weapon customization. So if you have a weapon, you unlock all the mods for it, like a quick draw mod and all this stuff. You unlock those by playing and getting kills with that weapon. So if you want a gun that you want to play, and then you also, all of the guns except for the the crazy extra new guns, all of those guns are unlocked through you just progressing through the level system. So it's if you want to play with this gun, you get to level 55 by playing enough. It unlocks for you. And if you want this cool mod on the gun, you just use the gun, get enough kills, you unlock that. And then you can, if you want a prestige, you lose everything, but you get to pick one thing to keep. So if that's your favorite gun, you can pick it and then start playing with it from level 1. It's a good system. But as for the cosmetic shit they've added and the special new guns, which aren't cosmetic, which actually have gameplay relevance, it's locked now in these loot boxes. And they have the gall to sell like loot box packs for $30 worth of COD points. It's just fucking insane, the amount of money grabbing in this game. And it sucks because I love the combat in the game and I'm addicted to it. But I've gotten to the point where I was looking at this operation and the number, it's shorter than the last one was. The last one was like 60 days to get to 100 levels, which is really easy with the free tier skip every day. Because you basically, if you're playing and you get a win and you play normal, you're basically getting 2 tiers a day. So it was really easy to unlock that quickly. So I got all the cool items, and of course the very top item, that level 100, was a gun. So I was like, I want to get that because it's a gun. This one, there's only 50 tiers, and it's I think only 30 days. And the top one is a gun that doesn't seem very good. I'm sure, but what happened? Oh my god, the fucking insanity of this game. So there's the top gun in the last Grand Heist operation was a switchblade. It's this SMG. It's pretty cool because it's like a briefcase that turns into a gun, but it was really not very good. Like people are like, it's not that great. The SOG 9mm SMG is better than it in every way. Now that it is in loot boxes, they've buffed all of the SMGs, and it's one of the best guns in the game now. Now that you have to pay for it. It's just... Of course. It's just... And so people are like, hey, man, once this operation's over, they're going to buff that gun. So if people didn't get it, now you got to pay. And you can't even buy the gun. You have to buy loot boxes to randomly unlock the gun. It's so broken, this system. And it's so toxic. And everyone, if you go on the Black Ops 4 Reddit, it's just all anyone ever complains about is how much money they're just trying to bilk out of all of these faithful gamers that are buying this. And it's just a mess. So anyway, that's my rant. And the worst part about it is that I've basically not played since Sunday. And it sucks because I was way into it. And now I've just kind of like, this really fucking sucks. And it's the Humble Bundle game of the month now. So, but not zombies mode. Only the cheap version. Only the $40 version. Not the $60 version. It's so fucking dumb. Oh, that's my rant. Someone talk about something else.
Matt, you're up. So.
Well, I was just thinking, like...
Otherwise, I'll take over.
It feels like we've been talking about loot boxes for forever. And, like...
Yeah.
Just, like, in the grand scheme of things, and it's always like, oh, well, this is probably going to get regulated soon. Is there any movement towards that still? Like, are people still like, this is gambling for kids?
There was a Republican... I'm gonna be wrong.
Josh Hawley. It is
Missouri. Okay.
Yep, you're correct.
That was trying to introduce legislation to, I think, completely ban loot boxes more than anything else.
Yeah.
But then again, he also has no clue what he's talking about either, so it wouldn't have been effective.
No, but it does make some sense. Like we've got like something's got to be done because it's kind of. It's getting to the point where it's really can be really heinous, and there's situations like this where it's gambling, and you're buying
or they're using this deceptive Skinner box techniques in order to get people addicted.
Yeah,
and there's obviously there's not enough. It's not causing enough of a disruption for people for them to not make any money from it. Enough people are going for this that it persists.
Yeah. And so I just even noticed this thing as well. I forgot Call of Duty Black Ops or Call of Duty Mobile is a thing that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making the first person Call of Duty Mobile. And somebody tweeted that Call of Duty Mobile right now has a battle pass system, just like in the new Black Ops 4, where you for each operation, except for that you earn the premium COD points currency in it. So it's better than Black Ops 4 is because you can earn the premium currency by playing the game. I guess that would make it less heinous. I think for me, the way to fix Black Ops 4 would be the operation guns should just be given to all players once it's over. And the idea of unlocking it in the operations, you get it before anyone else. That would make it simple. Because right now, the fact that there's a gun in the game that is on like everyone's like all these YouTubers talking about, oh my god, it's the best gun in the game, is now not available to be bought or earned is just insane because you're just going to get wrecked by people using it and you can't even play with it because you didn't, you didn't play that. Oh my god, it's a fucking mess. Also, they just announced new skins for characters that are just weapon skins painted onto characters.
Okay.
No. Oh.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So there's like
I don't
weapon
need a bacon camo skin on a character.
It's a weapon camo that now is on outfits. It's like, what are you doing? More crappy loot to the loot boxes. Yeah, it's a mess. The game is a mess, and it's a really good playing game, and I'm addicted to the combat, and I've gotten good at Twitch shooting again, but it's really hard to like get myself to play something that's so heinously monetized. I just feel bad. Like I want the new gun, and I'm not going to be able to get it. It just sucks. So I kind of stopped playing. We'll see if I get back addicted again. They'll fucking announce some new change where they make like half of an effort to move forward, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I'm back in," because I'm terrible.
You'll have to like swipe your credit card for each bullet that you use.
Yeah.
I could talk about game addiction for a game I was playing recently, but I'd rather talk about something else.
Do it. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so a couple days ago, I believe it was Wednesday. No, I don't fucking know. This week, Nintendo has been doing their Nintendo Directs lately. Almost just like,
yes.
Here, we're doing it tomorrow, and it's about one game, and that's it. Because they did one like a couple months ago for Fire Emblem Three Houses, or probably last month. And then a couple days ago, they did it for Super Mario Maker 2, which is coming out this June. So just next month. And they showed off a lot of cool enhancements to the game. You can make slopes, you could do this, that. They brought bonsai bills in. That's the big bullet bills. But I'm not going to talk about the game. You can watch the Direct if you want to talk about the game. I want to talk about two things that they did, both with the game and what it seems like they're doing as a permanent thing. So, first of all, Super Mario Maker 2 will not let you upload levels or play the multiplayer mode, even if you're playing via local wireless, without a Nintendo, without a paid Nintendo network. What the heck's Nintendo Online account?
Nintendo Switch Online account.
Nintendo Switch Online account. So you have to get their paid service for it. And at first I'm like, but you're not really doing much online if you're just sharing levels.
Yeah.
And then they talked about some monetization that they're doing.
Oh.
And it's almost reverse monetization.
Okay.
Because they've got a bundle coming out where you can, I think they're doing this both physical and digital, where you can get a bundle with Super Mario Maker 2 and a full year of Nintendo Switch Online for $70.
Okay.
So save $10 on buying the pair.
Okay.
But that's not the exciting part. For people that really love buying their games digitally, they have now started a service. If you have the Nintendo Switch Online account, you can buy 2 digital $60 games. It's in a pretty extensive list, but 2 digital $60 games for $100.
Yeah.
You buy the pass for $100, and you don't have to use it right away. You have a year to use both games, to choose which games you want. You can use it towards upcoming games that are already available to pre-purchase on the store. You can use it for games that are already released. But it seems like they're focusing a lot on first and second party games with this. Games that never go down in price. With the fact that if your Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked account has already ended, if you don't like to pre-order games because you want to make sure that they're good. What are these called?
It's like game vouchers or something?
Yeah, I thought it was what they're...
So when I heard about this, it sounds like it's extremely complicated. Because it's like you pay Nintendo $100 in exchange for a pair of vouchers can be redeemed for a select list of games.
Mm-hmm.
But you also can use them on games that aren't $60.
Yeah.
So
There's some $50 games in the mix. So just
So-
always get them on.
it's
get the
just
$60
weird.
games.
It's just a weird promotion, because it should just be you get this. I don't know. It's just a really weird and dumb thing. Just make your games go on sale or be cheaper.
No, this is what it really is. And this is coming from the mindset of someone who used to work at GameStop. It's Nintendo trying to encourage digital sales because they get bigger margin anyway. They don't have to pay
Well,
a-
and they're also
a retailer
encouraging
fee.
people to drop them $100 right up front, rather than just like getting because it's forcing you to get 2 games. You know what I mean? Whereas like someone might just buy 1 game
Yep.
and then maybe not buy a second one. But if you have these vouchers, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get Super Mario Maker 2, and oh yeah, I never played Smash Ultimate. I'll just pick that up too for $60.
Yep.
And it makes it easier to get because they already have your money. You've already spent it.
Exactly. And you've got a full year to use the voucher, too.
I like how the thing that you paid money for has an expiration date of a year as well. That's
Yeah.
kind of bullshit because technically gift cards aren't allowed to have money expire on them anymore. Legally.
That's why it's not. That's why it's not gift cards.
I know.
a
It's
digital
actually
voucher.
kind of bullshit.
You can't buy
they're
that.
they're
you can't buy these
skirting
vouchers in a store.
U.S. consumer protection law by doing this. That's weird.
Do you want the list of games? Because I
Sure.
can run through it real quick.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to do them by $60 games, and then the list of games you shouldn't get because they're $50. All right. So $60 games. We've got Mario Maker 2, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild,
Already have,
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS.
which is 60 somehow.
Yep.
That came out on Wii U.
Yeah, but came out on Wii U for $60 and then had $12 of DLC.
Yeah, well, I bought that already, so I've already spent
Yeah.
$72 on that game.
So
Go
good.
ahead.
ARMS, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, Kirby Star Allies, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mario Tennis Aces, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Super Mario Party, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Fire Emblem Warriors, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Yoshi's Crafted World, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Pokken Tournaments DX, and Octopath Traveler are the entire list of games that are $60. That if you're going to use it on something that's already out, those are the games you should.
Did you say Octopath Traveler?
Yes.
Wasn't that game $20?
No. Not at all.
They put that at full price?
Yeah, that was a full price game.
All right, so just looking on Amazon.com for physical games with
Yep.
a card that's more expensive. Smash Bros. Ultimate right now is $50. Yoshi's Crafted World is $50. A lot of these games are at $50 right now.
Are
that you
those
mentioned.
used prices or is those
No, those are new
prime
prices. Yeah.
Amazon seller or Amazon?
It's Prime.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
These are
I don't have
what I'm
Prime.
saying is that this deal is really not that much because what you're getting is $10 off a game, and that happens a lot on a lot of retailers. For instance, Nintendo Switch Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is $60 still on Amazon, so
Yep.
you'd be saving some. Same with Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Well, that's just digital code. Never mind. The real one is $49.99. The physical one is. So it's just a weird thing that they would do it this way. It's a sale, I guess, but I feel like you're saving some money, but also like if you're buying non-digital versions, it's not really like, so right now Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is $45 on Amazon for the physical copy. ARMS is $36 new. I mean, it's just not really a sale. It could save you money, but it's like you'd have to do like complicated calculus to make that.
Yeah.
Your
I
cat
bought
is
ARMS
losing
for
its
51.
goddamn mind in the background, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just saw the action happen.
He's got his favorite toy is like a ball that doesn't
Yeah.
have any outside on it anymore. It just looks like the inside of a baseball or something. And it looks like garbage. And he goes nuts for it for some reason.
So if you want Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, well, it's $43.62, but it's from a third-party seller.
Is that a new flavor of icy?
with $7 shipping? So it's still only $50.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, what I'm saying is that if they said it was $80 for 2 games, I'd be like, wow, I'm picking that up. But $100 for 2 games is like, I'm just gonna buy one game for $60 and then, or I'm gonna buy the new one and hope the older one I can find on sale somewhere because it's just not enough. I mean,
and then the games that they put for $50. I mean, why would they put $50 games on here?
That's
the first thing I thought when I saw 1-2 Switch in the list. But then they got Bayonetta 2 digital. They've got Sushi Striker. They've got Fitness Boxing.
Yeah.
Why is that $50?
Yeah.
Why is Fitness Boxing $50?
Yeah. So just looking at most of that list, looking at most of the games on Amazon are around $50 new.
Go Vacation is a port of a Wii game.
I know. Nintendo still doesn't know how to figure out online and sales yet.
Roll Is With You Final Remix is not as good as the DS version.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they got some extra stuff, but I still haven't unlocked it. I've been trying.
All right.
And then Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah. Wait, Dragon Quest Builders, I just bought that.
Yeah.
I bought that game on sale.
How is it?
It's good. I've only played maybe 2 hours of it, but I played it in the hotel when I was on a trip. And I actually I brought my Switch dock and hooked my Switch up to the HDMI port on the TV.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I was just sitting there in the hotel playing Switch. But then, okay, let me give you some cool hotel technology. So I say a really fancy hotel. But it's like in the middle of nowhere, so it's not expensive. It's actually a hotel school, like a hotel and restaurant management school as part of a community college. So it's
getting your hair cut at the beauty school.
Well, it's like a teaching hospital, It's a teaching.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Well, yeah.
For hotels.
That's UW-Madison's a teaching hospital.
No, I mean for hotels. I didn't know that you went and learned how to hotel.
Yeah, I'm assuming that a lot of hotel management programs probably just have local hotels where they basically just give you away as an intern for free. And so instead of that, they just have their own hotel and event space near Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really nice hotel. But the TV actually has a Chromecast built in, and it connects to your phone. And so I just put YouTube on the phone and watch YouTube videos on the television, like Chromecast. It was actually pretty awesome. So any
That's cool.
app like Hulu, Netflix, any of those apps with the ability to connect to Chromecast.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh man, that's amazing. When I got in, it didn't work. It was giving me an error. Because it has it's like when you do HBO Go or something, it puts a little code and you have to pair it with your device. It said invalid code, and so I was like, "Fuck, man, this is annoying." I was going to use this, and there was a number to call for tech support, and I was like, you know what? 9 times out of 10, I'd be like, it's not worth the trouble. I called the tech support number, and man, I will tell you, I got a guy who is speaking very good English, clearly not outsourced IT. So it was really easy to talk to this guy, and he got it fixed immediately. It was wow, what a tech support help that was, because it was just oh, let me just reboot the device remotely, and then it just turned off and on. It had a new code, and he's like, try the new code, and sure enough, my device is now paired. And then he says, and then I was like, all right, thanks. He's like, no, go on your device and make sure it's connecting. And of course it wasn't. And so he reset the TV and not the Chromecast. And then now it was seeing my TV. It was just wow, this guy, A+ customer support here for a free thing I had in my hotel room. So I was just man. But yeah, what a world we live in now.
What a world.
Because I was just gonna watch YouTube on my tablet, but I didn't have to. I watch it right on the TV. So yeah, that was fun. That's my life.
Yeah, I remember I used to have a Chromecast, and I just remember being like, "Wait, I can bring this anywhere.
Yeah,
and I can watch Netflix on any TV."
Yeah, I don't know if that would work necessarily on hotel TVs though. depending on how you connect to their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Because basically your phone just says, hey, Chromecast, this is where I want you to connect, and then it's like a little modem that connects to whichever service.
Yeah, and so theoretically, as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi, it should be able to see it, and so you can just pick your TV off the list of connected Chromecasts. So this gets around that because, of course, you're in a hotel full of rooms that are really close to each other. Each has a Chromecast, so it has like a secondary app that you have to like go on a web page to like sync your device, which worked after he fixed it very seamlessly. But so I don't know. It's a pretty cool like technology that is neat. I'm always tempted to bring like a game console on like a business trip to hook up to a TV.
Yeah.
So I can play video games. But the Switch was nice because I could just bring it portable and play it portable. Now I've upgraded.
I still remember my best hotel experience as a kid.
Yeah.
We went on a trip to Mackinac Island, and we stayed on
I love Mackinac.
We didn't stay on the island. We stayed like a ferry boat right away. But
one of the cheap people.
Yeah.
No,
but,
to be fair, the island is stupidly expensive to stay on. So
you go there to visit, you get some fudge and look at some butterflies and shit. Yeah. But no, we stayed at this hotel that had you could rent a Sega Game Gear from the front desk.
Wait, Game Gear?
It was the best thing.
Oh my god.
It was so great.
Yeah. That reminds me of I don't remember what hotel this was, but it was kind of a similar situation where it wasn't a rental, but it just each room had like a cable box with a Super Nintendo controller on it, and you could rent Super Nintendo games through the TV and use the controller to play them.
Later on, they did it with an N64 controller, and they still had some of the Super Nintendo games too.
Oh man, I remember that. I remember my forcing my parents to let us rent Super Mario World. That was pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh my god. And still, like, if you want to see some good ass movies and not go to the theater, just spend $130 for a night in a hotel room, because then you can have the privilege of spending $20 to watch Captain Marvel on your TV in your room.
Yeah.
Because
just go on a plane somewhere. Because like the last couple of times I've flown anywhere, all the movies have just been free on the like little headrest thing.
Yeah, and they're usually sometimes they're like really good movies too.
That's how I watched like Pirates of the Caribbean 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah.
Just get a hotel and a plane, and you can watch as many movies as you want.
You guys excited for WoW Classic?
Is that happening finally?
Yes, they announced the release date.
I'd be a lot more excited if I didn't have to pay
September.
A subscription fee for it.
Or
if I could just pay like $4.99 a month for just the WoW Classic.
So that's not going to be the way it is. So World of Warcraft Classic launch and testing schedule has been announced. It is launching August 26 at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I think it's a global launch because it looks to be timed across the globe to be all on the same day. So yeah, because at New York it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. on that. I'm taking the day off because I am playing the fuck out of WoW Classic. The test schedule: select WoW players, small scale, focus, closed beta. Oh, I might opt in. I actually looked at buying the new expansion now. So the way it's going to work for playing it is going to be if you just pay for a World of Warcraft description and it includes Classic.
Yeah, which is, what is that right now? Like $15 a month?
$15 a month. It's the way.
See, I just wish I could a la carte get like $4.99 just WoW Classic and not play any.
And they may do that in the future. You know what I mean? If WoW Classic ends up being really popular, you know, and they'll be like, well, we don't want everyone to pay $15 a month because we could probably get more people to pay $5 a month because it's clear that all these people are paying $15 a month just for WoW Classic.
And that's a way that you like lure people in that used to play like a decade ago. Be like, hey, it's only $4.99 a month to play WoW Classic, and then when they're hooked, then you try to upsell them on the full subscription.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like if I got this, I could see myself playing for like maybe a month, but I don't know that I would. That there's much long term for me in that.
I'm really excited about. It sounds like there's a lot of information coming out about the way that this is going to happen. It sounds like they're doing exactly what I was excited about. Let me just see if there's. I just want WoW Classic news, please, because it sounds like they are doing progression that's going to work kind of timed like the original game. So they're going to have like 6 months, and they'll open the first raid, and then so it'll be just like back in the day. I think with patches and everything, there still hasn't been like, oh man, I need to look this up because I'm on Blizzard's website, and
so you don't the game itself is going to be a free download. You just need an active subscription.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because the active subscription includes everything. Although I don't think it includes the newest expansion, but I don't think you need to have that purchased to do this. You just need to upgrade.
Well, if you've bought any base version or expansion, you have the battle pack, which is everything up to but not including the current expansion.
Here we go. How much will WoW Classic cost? It says this is a PC Gamer article. They said they don't say, but they said that it doesn't require a separate subscription to play it. So what it sounds like is if you're paying $15 a month, you get it.
If you don't have access, what it probably is if you don't have access to your old Blizzard.net account and you're going into it fresh, you still have to pay the $20 straight up for the battle pack.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so it's been okay. Here we go. Here's the exact details. WoW Classic is being built on patch 1.12 titled Drums of War, released on August 22nd, 2006, which is a year after I started playing. So it's Drums of War is the patch, which is the feature-complete vanilla version, and it's balanced. And I think, not that I've ever played on a private server, but private servers I know of had patch 1.12 as the start, because that was when the raids started being phased in, basically.
Okay.
And so it sounds like they're going to be phasing in all of the raids up to Naxxramas over time. While WoW Classic will roll out updates and similar patterns to the original release, all equipment, items, and abilities will mirror their final versions. So it's saying the Naxxramas final dungeon came out. When that came out, there were bugs in it that got fixed in later patches. It's just going to be the finished, fully fixed version will roll out. So it's not like they're going like the exact same buggy, which is what the progression private servers do, is they kind of mirror the bugs and everything. So it sounds like it's somewhat fixed. But I'm kind of excited. It sounds like they're really putting a lot of effort into this. And I really want to play it, and I'm definitely going to buy it. And I had in my Amazon basket the Battle for Azeroth expansion collector's edition box, which was on sale for $70, and I was like, because the regular game is $60, and I'm like, oh, I could just $10 more and have the art book and everything.
I thought regular game's $50.
Digital version.
Okay.
But I didn't pull the trigger yet. I may just wait until it gets closer to a classic, because they'll probably put out a sale to get people in on it. Anyway, so I'm really excited that we finally know details.
It looks like there's not a way to opt in to the beta. There is. People that have active accounts are getting invites, it seems like.
I'm sorry, I'm turning a fan on because it's very hot in this room. Okay.
But apparently the beta allows you to level up to level 30 right now.
I'm actually really excited about this because it's looking like I'm just searching World of Warcraft, and it looks like a lot of people are like jazzed and buying like old strategy guides and stuff that were relevant, and it's kind of cool.
Use my classic add-on that changes all the battle sounds to the Mortal Kombat theme?
Definitely. I mean, you can use those add-ons in the current game now, probably, because if they've been updating them. The collector's edition isn't available physical anymore. No, it is. $70. Only 7 left in stock. There were 8 left in stock earlier. Yeah, the regular version's $50, TJ. You're right.
Is there a new expansion coming out for the actual game, too? Because I keep hearing about this fancy new cinematic that was released.
Oh, I don't know. It may have just been the final phase of the Battle for Azeroth game, because that's not even a year old yet.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was last August it came out, so there may be, like, timing, something to do with that is... I don't know. I'm just excited. I bought every other game. I didn't actually buy Legion physical, though, did I? I bought Draenor a physical copy because I've been like wanting to buy, because I have all the other expansions like lined up. I'm like, but this is the first one that I haven't bought. Actually, I didn't buy Mists of Pandaria when it was launched. All the other ones. What?
I don't know if I bought Legion. I think I started playing around then and then just didn't buy it.
Yeah, Legion
I don't think I got
though.
any of the expansions. I think
you do.
But
You have
it's fine.
some if you've
You
played
have,
it.
And regardless, you have them all now except for current.
Yeah,
right.
The way
no,
that
I'm just like I don't think I how long did it take for the first expansion to come out? Because was that the one where they added Blood Elves? Because I don't think I bought that one, but I played like a demo version of it for a while.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I must have just played vanilla.
Yeah, because I was Burning Crusade, which was the second one, and then Wrath of the Lich King.
Oh wait, there's not even an art book in this new collector's edition. They're saying this is a terrible collector's edition. It doesn't come with an art book. It comes with a double-sided storybook, which is just like a novel.
It's like one of those golden books for children.
Yeah. And then there's a double-sided Mark of Allegiance. It's just a big metal coin, basically. And then a digital soundtrack. It's not even a CD. A digital game key. It's not even a disc. And then the digital in-game content, which is the same as if you just buy the digital deluxe version. Although, to be fair, this PC physical collector's edition is cheaper, or is the same price as the digital deluxe. So, but I'm not going to do it. I'm waiting for a sale to hop in. I'm sure they'll put one up in the summer, and I'll get back into World of Warcraft again. I didn't fully upgrade.
When you get back in, what class are you going to play?
Okay. Let's talk about WoW Classic. What am I going to play? I'm tempted to play Tauren Hunter again, just to relive my exact original like storyline and gameplay. But I'm also tempted to try. But what I think I want to do is to live my inner shitheel and be a paladin. Because they were the most hated class, and the Alliance were overpowered.
It was Alliance exclusive, yeah.
Yeah,
back
then, and I want it because they're so shitty. And
would you do Dwarf Paladin then?
I don't think I do a Dwarf Paladin. I'd probably do the shittiest of all, which is Human Paladin.
Paladin?
That's Leroy Jenkins is a Human Paladin.
True.
But
Leroy Jenkins. But you'd be Alliance for sure?
I don't think so. Horde is my life, but Shaman is not as good as Paladin for raiding. That was like one of the worst problems with the game, is that Paladins were kind of overpowered for raiding because the Alliance had a plate-wearing healer who could tank a lot more damage.
And they had all kinds of self-buffs.
Yes. But the Shamans did have it easier because Shamans had the Bloodlust, which gives the entire raid 30% extra damage for like 10 seconds or something. So it would be really useful for boosting a boss down real quick at the end.
Yeah.
Like, and so that was sometimes like so like when we would raid in my old guild back in 2005, 2006 when we were raiding, it would be the raid leader would yell bloodlust, and that would be the oh shit button. Like, oh fuck, things are starting to turn a little bit. We lost a couple guys. Just hit bloodlust. Let's burn it down. Get the, you know. So when you get to the last like 10% bar of health, it would be time for bloodlust. And so it is different, but the paladin's just way more overpowered because they could bubble shield the tank. And so if you were doing MT, OT, which is main tank, off tank, you would just bubble the main tank, and then the off tank would take the aggro because the bubble would, I believe, wipe the aggro table clean. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but it was just the mechanics worked a lot better for PvE. Whereas the shamans were fucking monsters in PvP because they had Wind Fury if you did that, and it was a thing that Wind Fury is actually kind of an awesome ability. Whereas when you would hit with an attack, it would immediately grant you a second attack instantly. So if you crit, you would get 2 attacks in a row. So you could like one-shot people, you know, if you hit a really good crit. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty overpowered. Again, I think I've probably waxed philosophical about World of Warcraft on this podcast so much. My fondest gaming memory was earning my legendary bow. Or not legendary, the epic hunter specific bow, the Loctalar, which I still have in my character. It's a unique model that isn't like anything else in the game. It's a bow that has flowers that grow on it. It looks really cool. It was a fucking pain in the ass to get, but fuck, the first thing I did was go on PvP and absolutely wreck people because the way that the PvP used to be in the game was extremely gear dependent on raid gear. So like, and the PvP earnable gear was shitty compared to the raid gear back in the day. Oh, yeah. So it was just like, if you were a raider, you would just fucking hop in PvP and fucking just one shot people with aim shots, you know, and that was actually back in the day when, weapon damage for hunters were based on the shot speed, the attack speed. So like so if your gun attack speed was like 2.4 seconds, the aim shot damage would be increased by whatever it is from the base like 2.0 tick rate or whatever. So your crits would be even more ridiculous. So like, yeah, and the Loctalar was a slower weapon, not as slow as the the Ashbringer. Oh my god, it was the weapon that I had on my fucking checklist to get. It's from Blackwing Lair raid, but it's a crossbow that has one of the slowest shot rates, so it would crit like insane, and I wanted to use it in PvP. But yeah, I'm excited. It sounds like they're also doing something different than sharding. It's the way that the servers work now, where they'll have like players will pop in and out of where you're at. So when you're running around, there's always players. Yeah. They're calling it layering now. Is what the new thing is. Will help reduce queue times and improve server stability for the launch of WoW Classic. Blizzard has explained it thusly: imagine a tray with an empty glass. The tray is a single server in WoW Classic. The empty glass is a layer. When you log in the game on launch day, there'll be a flood of other players. That's water they're going to pour into the glass. Once the glass is full, we'll add another empty glass and start filling it with water, or players too. Each new glass is a new layer that consists of 2,000 to 3,000 players, which means any single server could handle tens of thousands of players at the same time, without all of them being crowded in the same place in game. The only way to see players from another layer is to group with them. Otherwise, you can't interact with them. Whereas with the current sharding tech, it's just players disappearing in front of you if you switch shards or something for a reason. Mm-hmm. And it also says you'll have a set population of players to run into from time to time throughout the world. So it's like a miniature server inside a big server. Okay. And the best part is it'll only last for the first phase of WoW Classic. After that, your server's population will be combined, which will give you an authentic vanilla experience in world boss encounters. So it sounds like it's a slightly different way of doing it. One of the things that I think I've also waxed on for hours on this show probably over the years, is the best parts about World of Warcraft was the server community, and the fact that you saw the same people running around, and the alliance people that you hated or were gankers would be hiding out inside the city all the time. It would be the same assholes that everyone would bitch about in Horde chat. Oh, so-and-so's out in front of the fucking gates again waiting to gank people that are PvP tagged. Like, and that kind of is gone now in the game because there's no, like, community built around that because it's just constantly phasing people in and out of your instance. So it sounds like they're trying to keep it more... You're going to have like a core group of people that you are layered with. Unless, Matt, you want to buy the game and you want to join with me, if we party up, we'll still zip together, even though we might have been put in different layers. So that's kind of a cool way of doing it. So
were dungeons instanced originally, or was that
Yes.
something they added later?
No, they were.
Okay.
They were instanced originally, yeah. What you're thinking of is EverQuest, where all the dungeons were not instanced. And so people just run in.
Yeah. What I'm probably thinking of is like Dark Age of Camelot.
Yeah. And in World of Warcraft, there are world bosses that aren't instanced. And like rare guys that spawn in certain areas that aren't instanced as well. Mm-hmm. So you can still wait around for certain things. But the majority of the dungeons are instanced. So I'm really excited to play again. I haven't played on any of these illegal servers ever, so I won't talk about that. But playing Classic again is really awesome. The game is much more difficult, but also really rewarding in a way that is very different than the current WoW.
Yeah, I think the classes that I would play are either Druid or Shadow Priest.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say Shadow Priest.
Well, Shadow Priest is just like infinite solo grind. It's like you can end fights with more health than you started with.
So thinking about WoW Classic,
as much as it was a pain, because I played Classic as Burning Crusade was about to come out, I'm gonna pull my Undead Holy Priest again. I'm gonna do that. But
Holy.
Yeah, Undead Holy, because I was reading some lore on how that works. You're because you are kind of a being of pure kind of negativity. Using the holy arts is something you have the ability to do, but it is something that is physically painful to the user. Mm-hmm. But it was fun reading about that. But regardless of that, man, it is hard to solo as a holy priest because back in Classic, you'd have like in it was near Crossroads, a little bit south. There were some spiders, and you'd kill the spider, and a bunch of little spiders would come out, and they wouldn't cause enough damage. But I couldn't get off any hits, any spells, and I would just die from these just 5 little ganky mobs that just took me over.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a tier list of Drums of War 1.12. So this is saying World of Warcraft Classic, telling you the best classes. Priest is S tier.
Well, for rating, yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, for anything. This is just overall. Priest is S tier as well as Warrior, because is in a party, the priest is the best hero in the game, bar none.
For healing.
Druids, shamans, paladins can heal, but no one can heal like a priest. Yeah. So you're always going to get a party. Same with Warrior.
The thing about Druid when I played it was you can do anything, but you're not good at anything.
It is the lowest tier of class.
Yeah. So it's it's fun to play, but in a group, you're not going to be nearly as effective as any of the classes you're trying to imitate.
Yeah. Same as Hunter. Hunter is also a C tier class.
Oh, really?
The problem with Hunter is it's really good for leveling because you have that animal companion. But in raids and combat situations or like dungeons, the animal companion is a liability most of the time, and they don't do that much damage. So they're really just there to fuck you up.
What I liked about Hunter was depending on which animal you found, it played a different role.
Yeah.
It would either be a DPS or a tank.
Yes. One of the problems with Hunter as well is that it's in terms of DPS is way lower than the other damage classes because it has the utility, but that utility isn't useful in most raids and dungeons. So, whereas a warlock has the same kind of utility because they can lock enemies with their possession and stuff. So they can do some of the same crowd control, but they also have better DPS. So it's like a worse warlock as a hunter. But I think for me, if I'm going to do the game, I'm either going to be a rogue or mage because
just straight DPS.
Mage, when we used to run raids, mages got top priority because their DPS is unmatched by any other class. Warriors were also super overpowered in vanilla because they were really survivable and they did a lot of damage if you were the right class. Let's see, PvP tier list. Subtlety Rogue, which is the stun lock rogue, because they have the ones that increase stun times where you basically die before you even got unlocked. Frost Mages, because they could freeze you, and then they have Blizzard, which did incredible range-wide DPS. Affliction Warlocks, which is the not DPS.
Dots.
But, dots. Oops, all dots.
That was the one where you could kill them and you would still die because you had dots.
Because you got the afflictions on you. And then Shadow Priest, because they had life leech, and you would be killing them. They'd be squishy, except for that they would be gaining health back on you that they were pulling off, so you could never catch up. A tier Holy Priests were actually really good in PvP because if you get into a good group with a Holy Priest, you're just never going down. Fire Mages were also really good. That's what I played back in vanilla PvP.
Yeah.
Because they had Explosion, which was the huge, big one-shot number if it rolled right.
I think that was my first class.
Yeah.
Fire Mage. Undead Fire Mage.
Destruction Warlock is very similar to Fire Mage, where they have huge shots. Same with Elemental Shaman. Survival Hunter was epic in PvP, and that's the Trap Hunter. So that's why they were so insane, because you could lay down trap after trap and just run around kiting people that can't even get to you. Druids show up nowhere in this list. Restoration Druids in the B tier. But, whatever. It's PvE classes best were Protection Warrior, Holy Priest, Fire Mage and Frost Mage best DPS, Affliction Warlock's amazing, Holy Paladin for healing, Restoration Druid and Shaman's always good for healing. And the other thing actually that was important with old raids is that it was important to have more than just Holy Priests, because Shamans had and Druids have heal over times.
Yeah,
which the other with Holy Priests don't have.
And Shaman had the healing totem, right?
Correct. Yeah, and you could set that next. So they have heal over times, which priests can't do, and those heals stack with the other heals. Whereas if you have multiple Holy Priests going on, their effects don't stack as well. So, but yeah, Hunters nowhere near the top of the list there. So, but that's what I played: Marksmanship Hunter, a C tier.
I just liked the Druid was really fun for playing solo, because it was just like, okay, I'm a rogue for now, and then after the first couple of hits, then I transform into a bear, and now I'm a tank, and I can pop out and heal if I need to. But you never wanted to be the primary tank in a group. You never wanted to be the primary DPS or primary healer. You were just like a second tier everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that PV, like raids and dungeons, that Druids were good at was healing. Because the other combat and balance are C tier. And balance was doing the Starfire, Moonfire moves, like the magic.
Oh,
attacks.
yeah.
So, casting Druid, basically.
Yeah.
The worst, although, what was the worst of all classes and most made fun of when it comes to PvE? Retribution Paladins. The Paladin trying to hit the people with their dinky one-handed weapon. They suck ass. Yeah, they're bad. As well as any rogues, and as well as rogues. Rogue. Oh man, we're getting to some WoW theory here, theory crafting, because I was one of the guild leaders of a guild, not a leader. What is it? Officers of a raiding guild. Rogues are great at quick DPS and PvP, but when you think about it, when you're standing next to a monster boss who's like attacking you and blowing up and stuff, you have melee fighters, which are your warriors who are in plate. And then you have the rogues in leather armor. So if one fucking wrong move and the dragon turns a little bit to the side, they're immediately destroyed. Like one shot. Whereas a warrior, they get out of position. They might get, oh man, half my health just got taken away. Dang. Then they reposition and get healed. Yeah, so the rogues were really squishy in PvE. So it was really kind of not great.
And a rogue generally was like initiating a fight was their big time to shine.
Yes,
where like even in PvP, if you weren't able to stun lock your enemy all the way till their death, like you're basically fucked. Once they got out of that, they could easily turn around on you and take you out.
One of the best parts about that though was I believe it was Subtlety Rogues against another really popular PvP class, which was I think Arms Warriors were really popular back in the day. Yeah, Arms Warriors. If you were a Subtlety Rogue against an Arms Warrior, you would win 100% of the time because of the way the stuns worked on the Warrior class. Because Subtlety had... I forget, what's the name of... what's the term for destroying armor?
Rend?
No, it's not Rend. Oh, fuck. It's a D&D term. What's it?
I don't know it.
Sunder.
Oh, Sunder. Yeah.
Yes, so they had Sunder armor, and so basically it would make their armor go away, and you could just annihilate them. So I don't know if that'll be patched, because I believe that people bitched about that a lot, and they fixed it eventually. I think they reduced the time, so it wouldn't last the entire stun lock, basically. But yeah, there was a point when it was like if you were a rogue, Subtlety Rogue in PvP, you would just hide around waiting for a warrior to come by so you could sunder them and annihilate them. And so it was really busted. Because like a mage, yeah, they're squishy, but frost mages have the what is it, Frost Nova, which can freeze you in place, and it also
and that's like an instant cast, right?
Yes, and the other, it uses up a lot of mana, but it's instant cast. The other part about Frost Nova as well is that if you're invisible and you're in the Frost Nova, it'll knock you out of stealth. So you could just run around doing that. Whereas warriors basically had no way.
So I'm trying to remember like how originally the stealth, there wasn't like a shimmer effect, was there? Was there any way to see characters that were in stealth other than just like blindly hitting AoEs?
Yeah. I'm sorry, you saying?
What was there? I can't remember if there was a way like a shimmer effect where you could see stealth at all.
No. So it was if you get within a certain distance of players, they would show up as like grayed out, but you could still see them and target them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it had to be like within like a certain distance.
Sounds like we're gonna play some WoW.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think here. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it was the warrior was the only thing that was able to counter the stun lock.
Well, didn't well, I don't remember what it's called, like Berserk Warrior or something. Didn't they have stun breaks if they got damaged enough?
I remember old PvP, the rogues were just all stun lock. And it was just, you'd be completely, because it was just one stun move into another stun move into another stun move. Yeah, because they have gouge, kidney shot, and cheap shot. And if you time those all together, it's like something like 6 seconds of stun. So it's like usually you can down them, and especially if you have a friend nearby that's helping do damage.
Yeah.
So,
and while they're stunned, you're also hitting them, and you've probably got some bleeds on them, taking damage.
yeah. Let's see here. For the rogue, it's a race to do as much damage before you start laying the huge hits down. Oh, yeah. Stun lock phase, they'll pop evasion to avoid most of your combat. I'm reading here. Typical rogue fight. Oh, yeah. Also, I remember old PvP rogues. The combat would start with a move called Sap. Remember Sap? That's the move where you have the little spinny thing over your head and you're stunned for like 10 seconds. Well, and against mobs in PvP, like you mentioned before, they were useful for opening because you could sap something and it would be stuck for 30 seconds, and so you could pull the other mobs around them. But in PvP, you got like 5 seconds of stun, so that basically you sap them, and then now you can get behind because backstab does extra damage when you're behind them, and then you start the opener. Yeah, the problem with it doesn't. Man, I'm just trying to look at this. There was a class that was completely destroyed by rogues all the time, so I just remember people bitching about it, and rogues would just basically sit around an entire combat waiting to find that class because it could just basically win every combat. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just excited. I mean, World of Warcraft is still a really cool game, but I feel like it's gotten to the point where it's so like bloated that it isn't as, I don't know, isn't as fun. Like there's so much to go on. It's hard. Like whenever I rejoin, there's just so much stuff going on. So I feel like it's like the Skyrim problem. I lose focus, because there's just like I'm doing a million things. Whereas back in old WoW, it was like I need to do this one thing to level up. I need to do quests to level up.
I need to kill 1,000 boars.
Yeah, and then once you were leveled up, it was like, okay, I need to go to these like 6 instances. There are these like 7 bosses across those 6 instances. each of them drops one item I want. So like I'm just like joining queues just to get to a certain boss every time and hoping they drop it, and then hoping a ninja and it doesn't steal the loot in that. Yeah, but so.
Wow, everybody, give it a try.
Yeah, we'll play.
Yeah,
Go to Discord.
Born
and
in the 80s Guild.
We'll schedule it.
Yeah, we'll make another Discord channel because we don't have enough. We'll make one for Pokemon Go, and then we'll make one for
Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go Guild.
Goes.
Yeah, I'm excited to play this again.
Does anyone else got anything else? Because I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we've talked about. We're at almost 2 hours, so I think we're good. We've talked a lot. I am finally starting to wake up from the nap that I took right before this episode started. So
nice. I got early to work tomorrow.
All right. Well, it's that time again, where angels sing us to our rest. What? Make some noise.
You can find me on the Hell site Twitter. That's at @MayofMay84. BornInThe80s.net is the website. But you can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MayofMay. And if my brain's working, I'll actually stream this weekend.
Do it.
John, where can we find you?
Oh, on the Hell website, twitter.com, I am John_Danger.
I don't really do Twitter anymore, so I'm on Instagram, Matt Hag Music, and on YouTube. But you'll see stuff a lot more frequently on Instagram because it takes a long time to make YouTube videos.
Yeah, I need to follow your Instagram.
Yeah, do
I
it.
don't use Instagram super often.
It's great. It's just like pictures. So few words. Turns out when people have a lot less words, they're a lot less terrible.
Yeah. One quick aside. World of Warcraft's 15-year anniversary is coming up this October. So,
wow.
Exciting.
And my daughter's 13, going to 14.
Wow.
World of Warcraft had my baby.
World of Warcraft has been around longer than your child.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's an old game. Also, World of Warcraft Collector's Edition. They're putting a 15th year Collector's Edition.
Also,
which doesn't come with a game or anything. It just comes with a month of game time and then a fucking giant Ragnaros statue.
Yeah,
For any
it
of
just
our
comes with
listeners-
a bullet-pointed list of all the things that you've missed over the last 15 years
Yeah.
of playing this game.
Yeah. Remember when they put out a World of Warcraft movie like 7 years after World of Warcraft was popular?
yeah, I should still watch that. I heard it's at least halfway
Yes,
decent.
it's pretty
It's
good.
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
you're a
enjoy it.
Warcraft fan, it's enjoyable.
Yeah. You want to see magic and orcs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your thing.
You see Jesse Custer from Preacher.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. So,
All
for
right.
all of our listeners and John who are still kind of playing Persona 5, don't platinum it.
Why not?
I've been working on that.
It's just very hard.
Oh, it's... Oh...
I've never platinumed a game because I've heard it's something impossible.
I've got 3 platinums. One of them's on a dancing Persona game. So, yeah.
You've heard it
I
here
have
first. TJ is going to platinum every Persona game.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Start streaming.
At May of May on Twitch
Yes.
every Thursday night.
Every new sub is a new Persona game I have to platinum.
Blindfolded Persona runs every night of the week.
There we go. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
All right. I hear car noises, so TJ's here.
Fuck! I mean, hi.
Hello.
Hey. All right, stop. Everything. All
Everybody
right, we need
stop everything.
silence. Well, we need silence so I can get levels.
Silence in the library.
Hey, did you guys see that the Epic Game Store is doing a sale?
Anything good?
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which is just on pre-purchase,
Okay.
removed itself from the store, so it wouldn't be part of the sale. And then they're kind of doing something wonky because they have this. We're giving you $10 off every game, $15 and up. As kind of like a hey, we're gonna cover that $10, so like
Yeah.
we'll still pay the things. But then the store pages have like the price pre-discounted with the $10 off. So it's really like confusing because I thought like, oh, Satisfactory, it's $10 off. It's only $20 with that free $10 coupon. It'll only be $10. No, that's $20 with the $10 coupon on there.
Okay.
It's just weird. It's like, why would you implement it this way? Not to mention Hades. Remember that game Hades?
No. Yes.
Yeah, the game. I
Trade
think
this to
it's Supergiant Games. Yeah.
Yes.
So that game
Bastion.
was 17 or $16.99, I think, and then with the Epic discount, it was $6.99. I was like, man, that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah.
But they raised the price of the game to $25, so that it would be $15 with the game off. So it was a pretty bold strategy to raise the price of your game during a sale. They have now lowered the price to $20, so it is $10 with the discount.
Okay.
It just seems like really like
Fuck
they
that.
did.
They didn't.
No, they just did this thing, and then a bunch of like people they're like, yeah, we're giving you $10 for free. That has nothing to do with the game publisher, but like there's still like me as a consumer would be pissed off if I just spent $20 for that game. You
Yeah,
know.
I get that. Now I'll be back home in probably about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But can you throw 2 things in the dock for me?
Yep.
All right. Super Mario Maker 2, etc. Because it was a direct.
Okay.
But there were some really interesting things that they talked about during it. Not necessarily even about the game.
Okay.
Um.
Do we
And then,
finally learn how big Mario's dick is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
3 pixels.
Huge.
3 pixels.
3. Wow.
in old Super Mario Brothers, that's freaking huge. So
Yeah. Size of an arm.
But
What's the
now
other
press
thing?
Oh yeah, I re-downloaded a shitty mobile game, and I'm fucking addicted again.
What mobile game is that?
Pokemon Go.
Oh, Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
I had to re-download that, but I don't leave my apartment anymore. Except for work.
One of the nice... Well, I guess I can talk about it when we talk about it. Because there's some things that they changed that I kind of like. That makes it easier for me to hatch eggs.
Ah. Well, we'll talk about it in the show.
Okay. Also, I just shoved a 8-inch Jimmy John sandwich in my face.
Gross.
Sorry, let me
Without
rephrase
even
that.
chewing, too. That was impressive.
I know. I shoved 8-inch Jimmy John. 8-inch Jimmy's John in my face.
Oh, is it? Did you
right?
get one of those new Frenchies or whatever they are?
The fuck is a Frenchie?
You didn't hear about the Jimmy John's Frenchie?
No. I'm assuming this is a Me Too thing.
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if they have it anymore. No, the new Frenchie. It's a delicious combination of all-natural salami and capicola, hand-sliced provolone, and salted butter on a baguette, inspired by France. It's like a foot-long baguette with cheese and meat with salted butter on it.
I don't like capicola.
Oh.
Not the
I want to get one of these too, but the problem is I don't know like what to order. But it seems like it's like I feel like I thought it was like small. You know what I mean? It is small though compared to some of their sandwiches.
Have you had Jimmy John's before?
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know if I like Jimmy John's or Emilio's better.
they're basically the same.
I know.
They're like
Emilio's
their menus are very similar.
Emilio's will rip the piece out of the bread to make it easier for your toppings to fit in.
But I want
I hate
that
part
bread.
of the bread. Yeah.
Yeah. I paid for that bread, damn
I
it.
paid for that bread, you fucking ass.
I mean, Panera Bread gives you that when you do the bread bowl.
I know. Yeah, you get the little plug still.
I haven't had like a big old sourdough bread bowl in such a long time.
The sad thing is when I do that, I'll usually do as part of a You Pick 2. And I'll still usually get bread for the side, too. So I'll have like a whole wheat baguette piece, but then I'll still have the sourdough bread bowl and the sourdough pull-out plug. Butt plug? Sourdough butt plug.
The sourdough bunghole.
Sorry, I've had a really rough week.
Well, we'll talk about it.
All right.
I want to hear everything.
Cool.
Matt, how do the levels sound?
Good. I turned myself down a little bit. And I think we should be good.
All right, I might turn myself down a little bit. Because I tend to be a lot louder when I get going.
I'll just save this other 8-inch sandwich for tomorrow. Bring it to work or something.
Send it to me.
It's got mayo on it, so it'll go bad.
Not if you put it in the fridge.
Yeah, but not if I send it.
In the fridge.
Send it
Okay, I'll
in
send
the fridge box.
Send it on a fridge truck.
It like one of my neighbors gets HelloFresh and
Oh,
the
so
box
we-
says I'm part box, part fridge.
All right, I turned my gain down a little bit. Let's see how that sounds.
Are you fucking playing Black Ops again?
Hey.
Matt, can you say some things?
Hi, I'm Matt. I have a
Hi, I'm
cat.
John.
You're really in the way.
I'm gonna mute while I go inside.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
That's fine. We'll get started as soon as TJ gets situated because I'm ready to roll.
All right. I'm gonna.
Man, everyone's like
I'm gonna
super
wake
high
up.
energy today.
Yeah.
Hey, it's only one more week before we can't record on Sundays again, so.
What? Why is that?
Because there's one episode left of Sunday Night Television.
All right.
Remember how Arthur's teacher's gay now? They've ruined my childhood.
I don't know what you're talking about.
God, you don't know anything.
No.
Matt, it's really hard to do a podcast with someone who knows nothing.
I know nothing, Jonathan Snow.
No, you're not even at that part yet.
I am like part of the way there.
I'm gonna meme. You need to know more about the memes.
A lady gave birth to a shadow man.
Oh yeah, that part's pretty fucked up.
Hi.
I like that you finally started watching Game of Thrones now that you've had all of it spoiled.
I haven't had all of it spoiled.
Oh well, I can spoil it for you.
Well, don't.
Wow, you're living your best life. Man, this last episode, wow, what a thing happened.
The funny thing is, you could, like, tell me what happens to specific characters, and I wouldn't even know because I never remember any of their names.
Alright, I'm going to let you know now that I don't even know if this character's in the show yet, but Sir Pounce
Is he a
probably
kitten?
still alive. No, it's a cat. It's Tommen gets a bunch of cats at some point, and he names one Sir Pounce in the books, but I don't think it's ever explicit in the show. Sir Pounce.
I don't think I've seen any cats yet.
Did we talked about Call of Duty Black Ops. Did we talk about Call of Duty Black Ops in the last episode and how fed up I am?
God, it's all we ever talk about.
I don't think I did talk about it.
I have 14 Twitter notifications.
Wow.
I don't know when the last time I logged into Twitter was. It was probably quite a while ago.
Well, you're posting every day.
Yep. That's techno magic.
Second magic.
You remember what happened when, remember Nick Robinson?
Yes.
No.
I wish he was still doing stuff with Griffin.
Yeah.
He was brutally excommunicated.
Yeah. I wonder, if that happened now. I feel like people have chilled out ever so slightly.
Yeah. The thing
But
is,
then also
to be fair, I don't know exactly what he did, because maybe there was worse than what we were saw, because people were just let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
And
That
just
do- yeah, that
quietly
makes sense.
leave.
There was that fashion vlogger just got completely eviscerated this week.
Let's talk about that. Let's start the podcast.
I've seen his picture before, and so I was like, that's something I'm vaguely aware about, and I looked it up, and I still don't really get it.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's start the podcast.
All right.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.